Hello and welcome to another episode of TM Travel Vlogs. Today I'm going to be looking at the top 5 destinations that you should visit when you come to Southeast Asia. And we haven't actually been all around Southeast Asia, so this is based on where we've been so far. We're looking at places like Thailand, Laos, Malaysia as well, but you'll find out the top 5 in just a moment. Just a disclaimer, we do not party. So if you're looking for things like nightlife, clubs, jungle parties, etc., there are some amazing ones out there, but we haven't done any. We don't really drink that much, so you won't find that on this list. Starting things off with number 5, talking from where I am now. We are in Langkawi, which is a small island just off the west of Asia, near towards Penang, I believe. It's a tropical island and it's absolutely beautiful. There's a few really awesome things you can do here. So you've got the cable cars and sky bridge, which was absolutely amazing. The views are breathtaking. It's also worth, if you can, drive a moped, hiring one and exploring the island. It's about 40 minutes to get around the whole island, so it's really not that big, but there are some really cool places. There's a few cool temples, there's lots of stray dogs. There's also some really nice beaches. There's beaches to the northeast of the island, I believe. The right time of year the tide goes all the way out. Then towards the south of the island where you've got Kua, and towards the southwest as well, some really nice beaches there too. In terms of food, you've got local Malaysian food, there's a few Thai restaurants as well, and of course Western food also, so you're really all good for food. How did you get here? Well, you can either fly directly from Kuala Lumpur, Singapore, potentially from some of the Thai airports as well. You can also get a boat here directly from Koh Lipe, which is probably the easiest thing to do if you are travelling around Thailand. We went from Koh Lanta, Koh Muk, Koh Lipe to Langkawi. Next is number 4, which is Bangkok, the capital of Thailand. Don't skip out on the capital. Bangkok is an amazing place. The public transport is really good as well once you get the hang of it. I actually hired a moped in Bangkok. I probably wouldn't advise doing this if you are quite amateur or beginner level in terms of a moped. Things to do, we went to the night market. There's a few night markets in Bangkok. You'll find it all over Thailand. You've also got the floating market as well, and a few of the famous world temples there to be. The Big Buddha we tried to go and see, unfortunately it was under construction. It's been like that for about 4 months, so if you are coming soon, just do some quick research to see whether or not the Big Buddha is under construction, because the tour guides will lie to you and say it's not, and you'll get there and it will be. In terms of food, again, it's a capital, so we found mostly in Bangkok that we went to a lot of Thai local places. You're going to have Western restaurants, but if you're on a budget, then you're going to be wanting to look at the local restaurants to eat in. One of the famous temples is Wat Arent. You've probably seen, if you've done your research, you probably see loads of pictures about it now. You can go there for the day. It's relatively cheap. I'm not too sure how much it is, but I'll put in some footage now. That was really cool, and then of course you can go through a boat ride down the river as well. We didn't do it. To get from Bangkok, like I said, it's a capital, so you can fly from pretty much any country. We started our adventure in Bangkok, so we flew from London Heathrow to Bangkok and then started our journey there. I'd say at Bangkok, there's going to be your centre point for Thailand. If you are coming from another country and you need to get somewhere in Thailand, unless you can fly to one of the smaller airports, you'll always be going to Bangkok, and from there you'll be getting either a domestic flight or the 4-hour, 5-hour, 10-hour, 20-hour bus journeys if you are on a budget like we were. Number 3, we're moving over to Laos. It's a place called Vang Vieng, which we thought was absolutely amazing. Vang Vieng, you can do things like paramotoring, you can do the hot air balloon as well. These are potentially once in a lifetime experiences, and you will be paying up for these. I would say if you are doing things like hot air ballooning, don't cheap out. You can look at prices anywhere between £100 and £150. I think we paid around £115 each, 115. We did notice as well our hot air balloon went a lot higher than the others, so this is something you really don't want to cheap out for, because it might ruin your experience. You might not go as high as you want to. I certainly didn't want to go that high. Also in Bang Vieng, the people are absolutely fantastic, so all the locals are very, very nice. There's a few English places as well if you are missing out and you've been travelling for a while. Some really good English breakfasts, I'll put some footage in now, as well as some English dinners. We had our roast dinner there too. There's an Irish bar, and there was some problems previously in Bang Vieng with the alcohol, but we had a few nights out and we were absolutely fine with things like cocktails and beers, etc. The way to get to Bang Vieng, well, the journey we took, we went from Chiang Rai. We took the 14-hour slow boat, split into 7 hours each day. It takes you from Chiang Rai to Luang Prabang. From there, we got a bus or bullet train from Luang Prabang to Bang Vieng, and from Bang Vieng we went down to the south to the capital, Vientiane. We stayed there for about a week and a half. If you are deciding how long to stay there for, just remember the capital, Vientiane, there's really not much to do. A lot of people will say only spend 1 or 2 nights there, and I'd absolutely recommend that as well. Number 2, we're flying back to Thailand and we're looking at Pai. The way to get to Pai is to go from Bangkok up to Chiang Mai, and you've got a couple options here. If you're confident enough, you can hire a moped or a motorbike and drive. It's about a 3-hour journey through the mountains, which is very scenic, to get to Pai. Or you can just hire a minibus and hop in there. Pai was really awesome. It is quite touristy, however it is very hippie vibes as well. Pai's got some really amazing things to do. The vibes are very relaxed. You are surrounded by mountains. Things to do in Pai. So we done the huge back cave, and there you can take a bamboo raft through this cave system and explore. You also get your own guide as well. So it was just me and Molly for that one, and it was a really cool experience because you can get chatting to your guide, you can have a laugh with them, and also find out a lot of things as well. There are things to do as well, like tipsy tubing. There's lots of bars as well. What I would say is, at the moment, there seems to be a few issues in Pai, so do research before you go. Check Thai news on TikTok, etc. Because at the moment, things like tipsy tubing aren't happening because of the, unfortunately, some of the behaviour from the tourists. If you're not into drinking though, I'd definitely recommend going to Pai regardless, just because we spent probably about a week and a half there, and we could have spent 3 weeks there. Finally, number 1, we're staying in Thailand and we're going all the way down to Koh Samui. Now, we spent the most time in Koh Samui since we've been travelling. It was about 2/2.5 weeks. Depending on what your vibe is in Koh Samui, it is open to all. So if you go up north, east to the island, I believe, you've got Chawang. That's quite a touristy hotspot. You'll find beach clubs there, nightclubs, bars, etc. And all your typical touristy stuff that you'll see in Thailand. We stayed down south. We stayed in Lamai first, which is a bit less touristy. Got some nice restaurants, and down south it's very quieter, very less touristy. We volunteered at the Dog and Cat Rescue Sanctuary, which is open to volunteers all year round. So if you are going, you love cats and dogs, I'd definitely recommend doing that. If you don't want to volunteer exactly, you can still go there, have a look around, give some love, and also walk some dogs. Koh Samui has got all your typical water excursions, so things like jet skis, etc. You've also got loads of viewpoints in Koh Samui as well, which are really cool. Like I say, I would definitely recommend, if you can drive a moped or motorbike, definitely hiring one. Get around the island nice and quickly. Again, it's not a huge island, and it's definitely worth exploring as well. There's also the Fisherman's Night Market, which is very popular. Be aware it will be very, very busy, but if you're looking for night markets in Koh Samui, the Fisherman's Night Market is going to be the very popular one. Can't quite remember when it is, but I think it's on every Friday, I believe, Friday evenings. And that is our top 5 destinations in Southeast Asia that we've been to so far. There are others, of course, that could make the list. I may do another video just saying what these other ones could be. If you did enjoy this video, please drop a like and comment and share. Subscribe as well if you can, and I'll speak to you next time. All the best, God bless, and ciao ciao for now.